Talking about inspiration, sometimes you don't know how much you can take until you've been through the wire. And that's exactly the journey motivational speaker and author Robby Kojetin has endured in the time that he recovered from an indoor climbing accident that left him in a wheelchair for a year and on the brink of suicide. Now, Robby has literally climbed to new heights, and he shares his touching story in his new book, Left Foot, Right Foot. Robby, so good to have you on the show this morning.
Awesome to be here.
When I hear things like that, it literally takes my breath away, but I'm not going to speak anymore because I want you to contextualize and tell us the story. You're in an accident that didn't only leave your body broken, but your spirit too. Take us through that.
Absolutely. I mean, it happened when I was 28 years old, which is 10 years ago now. And yeah, it put a stop to the life I thought I was going to live. Yeah. You know, you have all of these dreams and ambitions. By the time my accident happened, I'd climbed Kilimanjaro, I'd been to the highest point in South America as well as Europe, and I was on my way to climbing the 7 summits when one night at a climbing gym, I turned and jumped onto the mat, landed wrong and reversed both my ankles. So yeah, you land up in a place where you don't want to be. Robby, that guy who climbs mountains, is now Robby, that guy in the wheelchair. And yeah, it took everything away from me. I lost the business, everything just sort of crumbled, and I found myself in a place where I was counting painkillers because there was really nothing else.
Yeah.
And that journey begins where you make that decision that now we're at the bottom of the hole, we've got to stop digging and start working your way out. Yeah.
I think a lot of South Africans can identify with that because we've all gone through the school of hard knocks. Yours is probably harder than most people will ever endure in their lives. How did you pick yourself out of that moment?
It reaches a point where I thought, well, there's nothing more to lose. If I want to get out of this hole, the only way is up. And it sounds a bit weird, but I tell people my bucket list saved my life.
Wow. And what was the bucket list?
The dream of climbing Everest.
Yeah.
Since I was a teenager, it was a far-off dream. As I was climbing bigger and bigger mountains, it became real. To a point where I had a tattooed across my back.
Wow.
And I said, well, if I need a reason to get out of bed tomorrow, it's going to be this. And I used Everest as the carrot to dangle, to take that next step. And yeah, that was a 3-year journey to undergo what had to be done, 7 surgeries, countless hours of physiotherapy, just to move closer to the goal. Yeah. Yeah, without the goal, there wouldn't have been a direction to move.
And then, of course, your book, Left Foot, Right Foot, was born out of that. What are readers going to get out of this read?
Well, I hope if they walk away with one thing, they realize that what I learned was this might not be able to be under my control, but how I handle it is. You know, you've got the decision, no matter what's happened to you, whether it's trauma or anything, the situation you find yourself in, you might not be able to change it, but how you deal with it, that's how you're going to get out of it. Yeah.
Powerful, powerful stuff. Definitely everyone needs to read this book. Now, you've done Kilimanjaro. You've done 5 out of the 7 continental summits, Everest. What is the next new height for you? Because what could be bigger?
Well, now it's not about going higher, it's just about going. Okay. And I'm hell-bent on finishing the 7 summits this year. Yeah. If everything goes according to plan, I'll finish the 7 summits, arrive back in South Africa 2 days before my 40th birthday.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, so the 27th of May, I'm on a plane to go to Alaska to go climb the highest point in North America. And in December, I'm hopefully on my way to Antarctica. Wow. To go climb that mountain. There
You're incredible. Can I just get some of that incredibleness? Robby, thank you so much. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And we want to watch you and support you every step of the journey.
I really appreciate that.
Absolutely amazing. Now, it's stories like these that make us realize, again, that humility and perseverance are some of the keys to living your best life. If you'd like more inspiration from Robby's book, you can get details on where to buy it from www.robbyspeaks.com. Definitely worth reading.